All right, so I just finished recording that Bitcoin video and uploaded that one. So if you're interested in knowing my thoughts on Bitcoin, this is not the video for you. The other Bitcoin video is the video for you, uploaded just before this one. So go to the channel and check that one out. Now we're going to go to the Forex market. I'm going to show you some interesting setups that I'm watching, and we're going to go straight into the green list. The green list is my list. My list. What am I saying? The green list is the list where I add all the interesting pairs. Right. Okay. EURUSD. Okay. So what I'm watching here on EURUSD is interesting, right? We do have my the Clarity Edge regime index is telling us that EURUSD is in a potential distribution range, right? It's not advancing, it's not declining, it is in a range bound environment, which is quite obvious looking at the range lows and the range EQ and the range high here and everything. One thing worth noting though is the fact that we do have a I mean, you can't really say that the local structure is bearish when you're in a range, because within ranges you're always going to have local uptrends and local downtrends. And by the way, for you guys who did not watch the Bitcoin video previously, let me just introduce this new video series that I'm doing. The whole idea with this new video series is to record videos as often as I can. I'm going to try to do it daily, you know, but I'm very busy with other things right now, which is super exciting. I feel like I mean, for the long-term followers on this YouTube channel, it's quite amazing the trajectory of my career in the trading industry and as a technical analyst. And a lot of you have been with me throughout this whole journey. I started this 10 years ago and went from, you know, 10 years ago being nobody, no money. Yeah, I'm not going to go into detail. You probably know all you know, all of that, but to be able to like go from having nothing to be able to run my own company and work as a technical analyst, trade full time, and sharing this all with you guys is just it's amazing. It really is. And I'd like to thank you all for being with me on this journey. I'm gonna start crying. I can't be crying online, can I? That's weird. Okay, I'm not gonna cut that out. All right, let's go. EURUSD. Okay, so we got we saw that EURUSD reclaimed the daily 200 simple moving average right here back in March of 2025, so almost exactly 1 year ago. Retested it here in that within that white circle on the beginning of this year, and now we failed to hold it, and it was also constant with that range EQ area. Went straight down to range lows. A lot of volume came in right here and had a bounce. But what we're seeing right now is a retest of that range EQ. So given the fact that we're retesting the range EQ from the downside and breaking below the daily 200 SMA, like the primary trend is not decided here. But if we break the range lows, then I am looking to short this down to the 1.11 or quite possibly all the way down to this area. Basically what I'm looking at is shorting, you know, something like this, and then just holding this trade for whenever the trend gets invalidated, right? I'm just going to hold it forever if I have to, but as long as the trend is active and I'm in that trend, I'm participating in that trend, there's no reason for me to get out of the trade. Now, what's interesting here is, you know, we're having that rejection at range EQ. Now, it's interesting to short this, but again, we're in a range-bound environment. It was interesting to go long here as well, and that's because, you know, the primary trend it was still bullish, but it showed sign of potential ranging price action. And now that we broke that low, it's definitely in a ranging price action, a ranging structure. Anyway, let's move on here. So going into the 4 hour, what I'm seeing for Ethereum here on Ethereum, this is not Ethereum, this is EURUSD. What I'm seeing on EURUSD here is this structure right here, where we kind of have a potential rounded bottom here, right? With a nice little uptrend here on price. One thing I wanted to mention here was the MACD, because there is a histogram divergence here with the MACD, and you can see the highs of the histogram is lower and lower and lower. So momentum is definitely weakening here, and you can see that on price action as well. Big move, smaller move, and even smaller moves. He's kind of like coiling here, and resistance is becoming, you know, stronger and stronger. But of course, with every touch, it also becomes weaker. And then if we get a break above, it becomes stronger based on how many tests it's had previously. The whole idea of polarity within horizontal levels. So a break above 1.1650 on Euro USD, and we might see that a reclaim of the daily 200 simple moving average and a move higher up, perhaps up higher into the range highest area. Okay, let's move on right here. What do we have in Euro GBP? So Euro GBP is an idea that we've watched for quite some time, and as you can see right here, this idea turned out beautifully, right? Now, the only issue with this one, as the members of the community, by the way, the community is free. You can check out the Discord and join completely free. I do have plans on setting up a more structured approach for the whole community, and actually working on a course as well. Now, that course is going to be a massive course. It's in the making. It's probably not going to be done until 6 or 7 months from now, but it's basically going to be everything that I've learned in trading into one course. I'm planning to make a course where if you want to become a trader using technical analysis, that's literally going to be the only course that you need, at least to build a solid foundation. Anyway, I actually went short here on Euro GBP, but I got stopped out around that level, I believe. So around here, I got stopped out. That's a shame, because the idea turned out quite nice. Now, looking at this and thinking, okay, where are we in the cycle of things here? Like, what's the primary trend here? Now, I would say that we had a range, uptrend range, and I would say that we're about to break down. I'm looking at this as the range lows, right? So the path of least resistance for me on Euro GBP would be to the downside. So what I'm looking at here is actually a break below that level, and I'm looking to take this and trade it like this. That's the trade I'm looking at. Adding some alerts here. Moving on, AD&CD. This is one of my best trades of the year. Entered this one last December. Took profits here for 5.5 R. I think the actual profit was 6 R, and then I re-entered the trade right here for 1.9 R. We are currently seeing a beautiful trend right here. It's a beautiful trend. The trend is very bullish, very active, and of course I'm going to be buying that. So this is simple stuff, right? Just looking to sell this at 1.23 or whenever the end of the trend comes in. USD JPY, nothing here right now. EuroCAD, very interesting one right here. EuroCAD, this is something that I'm watching quite actively right now. I'm just going to do some reorganization here within the watch list. Gold, I don't care about gold today. EuroCAD is coming into my sell zone, right? So we can see here that we had a accumulation range, uptrend, distribution range. We are now breaking that distribution range to the downside, starting a downtrend. I'm looking for a 809,000 pip move to the downside. It's going to take a couple of months, but that's just how it is, right? Looking to sell this and looking to hold it. It's simple, isn't it? I don't understand the whole idea of like being a swing trader. I mean, being a day trader and scalper. Like, why trade all of that noise? Why spend hours and hours at the screen just paying commissions and all of that, and just being unprofitable while being stressful, and just spending a ton of time behind the chart? Just be a swing trader. Screw that. Just do not day trade. Be a swing trader. Make money. Have fun. Have time. If you have kids, if you have a family, you don't have time to be a day trader, right? Be a swing trader, trade as a hobby, make a shit ton of money, spend time with your family, spend time with your loved ones. That's what trading is all about for me. Okay, anyway. EuroCAD, good trade. Gonna short that one. GBP CAD, looking at a short opportunity right here. This has not confirmed yet. So I have not entered this one yet, and I'm not sure I want to. So this is something I'm monitoring, and if we do have a move like this, then yes, I will probably short this. But I'm waiting because the momentum, the bullish momentum here is just too strong right now. So I'm waiting on that one. Euro AD, beautiful trade. We looked at this a couple of weeks ago, right? In the beginning of March, we had that move to the downside, and I said, okay, maybe we can start moving down like this, right? But that break and retest, perfect right there on that setup. Full disclosure, I did not take this trade. I posted about it and I did analysis on it, but I had my alerts down here, so I did not take that trade. But still, in my book, this is sort of a win because the idea turned out great. It doesn't really matter if I took the trade or not. What's good here is that it validates my skill as a technician, right? And I know a lot of people in the Discord and a lot of students of mine did actually take this trade, so I'm very happy for them. The only trade I'm in right now is AD NCD long and GBP, Bitcoin and Ethereum short. So looking at GBP NCD right here, now this is, I think, a chart that is overall very bullish, but I do see a shift in behavior of this trend, right? And I think the trend is coming to an end, okay? I think this is the trend that we were trading in, and it looks like we have potentially broken below a distribution range, right? And we're now testing the range lows of that previous distribution range and potentially going to go lower. So I am looking to short the GBP NCD, but because of the fact that it's still, relatively strong on the higher time frames, I would want to have clear confirmation, and really I could be waiting for just a swing high, right? So maybe hit a trend line like that, swing high, it would enter here, and then have a tighter stop loss. So this is definitely one I'm watching. It has now reclaimed the daily 200 simple moving average, so I might want to see that one break before getting into this one. But this is definitely something I'm watching. Euro NCD. Now we have a double bottom right here, and for those of you looking at this, probably going to see a move up to the resistance up here. We have a double bottom, maybe a break and retest of that double bottom neckline. But what I'm looking at here is actually a break below this level. I think that is the trade that has the highest potential and the highest risk to reward. So the trade I'm looking at is something like this. Now, if we don't break down, I don't care. That's okay. I can miss out on this one. So two opportunities right here is either a break and retest of the W bottom right here, but I think that's a lower probability. The higher probability is wait for that level to break and then go short on a break and retest down here, or just the break to the downside. What else do we have right here? We have NCD USD. Is this interesting? No, let's remove that one. We got GBP AUD. Nice. This is good. This is exactly what I wanted to see on GBP AUD. So I might actually start looking at entering a position here on a pullback. Like, that is beautiful. Again, I've been so busy lately that I've missed a lot of these good setups. I've had the alerts going off, but I've just been so busy that I haven't been able to even go through the alerts. But this is definitely one of the most interesting pairs right now, so I'm moving that up to the first list. GBP CAD, also first list. Euro AUD, GBP NCD, that's also going to be on the first list. Euro NCD, not that one. GBP AUD, GBP CAD, also liking this one from a from this perspective. I'm kind of looking at just like I pointed out here in another video. I want to see like a higher, lower high here, and then start moving lower, and I'm going to be shorting this one as well. So there's a lot of opportunities out there right now. I'm not going to catch everyone or each of these. I don't really care about that, but definitely interesting. Let's go to NCD JPY, and I think here AUD USD. Well, this is not sure. Let's move on. AUD JPY. USD. Okay, so that's it. That's the one. That's all the setups that I have. Those are the ones that I'm watching closely here in the Forex market, and most likely going to be entering trades on these. Some of these in the next few days, some of them maybe a few weeks, or some of them maybe even a few months. But what's important for me is not the number of trades that I'm taking. What's important for me is I can take one trade a week or one trade a month. It doesn't matter. What's important for me is I listen to the market, and I follow whatever the market is trying to tell me. If the market is telling me, hey, you get a pullback in a primary uptrend, well, then of course I'm going to be buying that. And sometimes it's going to be, 10 trades a month. Sometimes it's going to be no trades in a month because the market decides on when it's time to be trading. You can't decide when it's time for you to be trading because the market doesn't care about you. Okay, it's all about you listening to what the market is about to do, and then you follow that. And the absolute best way of doing that is to understand what is the primary trend. Is it an uptrend? You go long, right? And if you can go long in a primary uptrend when the risk to reward is favorable, that's your trade. That's your edge. Simple. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thank you for your time. Hope to see you all in the next one.